How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Radical Computer Solutions YouTube channel. My name is Tom, and welcome back to my playthrough of Gamedec. So I farmed for a little bit off camera, and came up with the well, actually I got 4 of them, but I came up with the 3 treasure chest loot boxes that they wanted me to get. So now we are going to exit our farm, if I can hit the right button, and we're going to go turn this quest in, I believe. Jack. That farmer was practically standing still. His avatar's name was Sundance Jack. It was one of the default names suggested by the game. Hey Jack, I'm a Gamedec. I'm handling your case. He didn't respond. Hello? He wouldn't or couldn't talk to me. I accessed his source code, and I unlocked it. Now I should be able to communicate with him. Get visual data preview. My deck couldn't handle that task and displayed a symbolic representation, pumpkins growing like crazy. Jack was using a speed boost. The pumpkins were... holy crap. The pumpkins were probably growing at a normal pace for him, while the other players and I were moving extremely slowly. Freemium account. The signal goes to the cloud. You couldn't tell who freemium account users were in Relium. I couldn't use spyware. There were too many people around. And start a chat. If he wouldn't or couldn't talk to me, maybe he could use text. I hooked up to his chat. Jack, I'm on your chat. I understand you don't want to talk to me, you don't have time, or you're afraid. Let me ask you a few questions. Respond with yes or no. A 1 will stand for yes and 0 for no. So there will be no trace of your testimony. 1. Let's see. Do you get kicked out of the game sometimes? 1. Do you get kicked out because of exhaustion or hardware failures? Hardware failures. 1. Are you suffering from any... oh, he said 0, sorry. I read that in reverse, I guess. Are you using some kind of speed boost right now? Yes. Are you motionless to hide the speed boost? Yes. Is the cowboy patrolling the farms watching you? Yes. Are you playing because you have to? Yes. Do you need help? No? Okay. Is there someone threatening you? No. Are you suffering from any conditions in Relium? Yes. Are you taking any medication for it? Yes. I resume the conversation in binary mode. Guess I can't get him anymore. If I log him out, that might cause problems, so I'm not going to do that right now. I opened my deck and checked his activity. The data transfer was massive. This player was really busy. If you see someone who doesn't seem to be doing anything and their data packets are still going wild, then you know something is off. I opened the preview of his source code. I don't want to do that yet. Am I supposed to, like... Oh, bring Betty. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. Apparently I was supposed to bring these to Fruity Betty. I thought I was supposed to turn it in with one of the guys. So let's go do that. And I believe she is down here. There she is.
Come, everything's for sale.
Hi. I'd like to support the orange folk by selling a couple of loot boxes and transferring the profits to their account. Is that possible? Of course, sweetheart. I'll take it all. The money will be transferred to your account in a couple of days after the auction. Excellent. Thanks for the help, Betty. The pleasure is all mine. Alrighty. Get back to Buford. Or Beaufort. Whatever his name is. Took the boxes to Betty. Awesome, thank you. The farmer went back to work. Collect more clues or perform a deduction. Will this guy give me any other information? Hello, friend. Did you manage to have a nap? Could you at least tell me who it is that you're watching and why? They're low city scum. They've got tasks they need to focus on, so don't bother them. They won't speak to you. I could explain how you're interfering with the delicate processes of specialized therapy, but you should be a sweetheart and leave. Well, let's ask about the therapy. It so happens that I'm a doctor. Can you tell me more about this therapy? Ever heard of play therapy? Well, it looks like this. They treat ill souls with work and collaboration, outside, with hands in the dirt. Obviously, they take medication and stimulants to stay stable, but they have a right to feel unwell. They're in rehab after all. I heard the orange folk experience pains, memory loss, speech difficulties, and... That's enough, friend. Slow down there. They pay me for supervising, so I supervise, okay? Now, would you kindly get off this field? How about no? Hold on, we're having such a pleasant conversation. Let's talk some more. I wish you good weather and a good harvest. Well, this guy's a dick.
Don't be shy. Stay.
Hello, lucky Gamedec. Let's watch him work. I stood and watched him work. Look at that, another treasure. This time it's the Lucky Shot Winchester M1866 rifle with a potato dumpling engraving. That's another trash chest. An empty crate for attracting named insects. Ornate for potato beetles. Alright. Pretty sure if I just sit there watching him working, it'll always spawn a box or whatever. Hey, is that all? Yeah, thanks. We'll be fine now, unless someone gets disconnected again. Am I going to get a reward for that help? Sure, what do you want? A medal card from a potato? You helped us, and we're grateful. Thank you. This guy doesn't seem okay, so I think I'm going to try and log him out. I could log him out. Yeah, let's try that. So, goodbye. And that's it. Perform a deduction. Alright. Alright, so what is the main problem of my clients? Someone else is pulling the strings. The orange folk use cheats and exploits. That's why the system kicks them from the game. Or they're forced to collect loot boxes. Let's see. The orange folk are either forced or manipulated into collecting and selling loot boxes. The orange folk spend too much time in the game. They're losing control of reality. Their bodies and minds are paying the price. They suffer from side effects of pharmacological substances, stimulants, drugs, game pills, and the like. I want to say someone else is pulling the strings. Okay. And suspects. Oh, cool. Tell Stanley what you've deducted. Alright. So that means we go back to the graveyard, I believe. I forget how. Jump from the roof. Oh god, that again. Alrighty. Let's go yeet ourselves off of a roof. And we walk the plank. Walking the plank was a quick way to find yourself slipping with the fishes. Maybe let's drop the metaphors. I had to give Stanley a preliminary report. Alrighty. There he is.
Howdy. I can see you wandered off the trail.
Well, you got that right, Sheriff. I'm the sheriff in this town. Not many players know about this place, especially newcomers. What brings you here? Wild West, Sheriff. It all added up. I'm here to meet someone. I need to talk to someone here. Yeah, you mean Stanley, right? He was waiting here for you, but had to leave the game. He asked me to talk to you on his behalf, if you don't mind, of course. But before I do, allow me to proceed with the formalities. As the Sheriff of High Rock, I'd like to officially welcome you to our community. I'm here to help beginners and uphold the law. The game's rules, that is. Welcome, Rancher. I reached out my hand. Sheriff looked me in the eyes, smiled, and shook my hand. Not only will I answer all your questions, but you'll receive something else. A welcome package and a pouch of coins for your farm. Cool, ain't it? Let's go down to the saloon and talk over a drink. What do you say? I kind of doubt. I'm not sure if that's a good idea. Listen, pal, admins don't like it when someone wanders around the graveyard. Better not cross them. They could ban us for that. Let's go. I might have a job for you that will get you something more than gold coins. Gamedec. Fine. Let's take a walk. Hank, it's good to see you. How long until you're done? I just logged in. 6 weeks left. Thanks for the advice, Sheriff. Pretzel is all better now. Howdy, Ben. How's that achievement going? You got it? Howdy, Sheriff. I'm about to crack the physics behind these bundles. Today's the day. It has to be. Well, what's this achievement you're working on? The Great Pyramid of Bundles. I'll be the first player to get it. Hey, Sheriff. They vandalized Mr. Adams again. There's a saloon. You're blocked from accessing it, but we'll fix that little problem promptly. The Sheriff typed a few commands into the game's interface. I saw that I now had access to the saloon. Be my guest. Isn't that cheating? Wait a second. Wouldn't that be cheating? Oh, it's one of the privileges of being Sheriff. I can grant access to the saloon to anyone I want. Alright. I don't know. Something about this seems kind of fishy to me. First, let me ask you this. What's your poison? Whiskey? Tea. I'll have tea. Bottoms up, then. To the meeting. I'm telling you, friend, this stuff may be digital, but it tastes like the real thing. It's phenomenal. Where would you like to begin? Ask about Stanley. First thing, you offered to do Stanley a favor when we were in the graveyard. Stanley was waiting for you, but he had to log out of the game. You can talk to me if you want. Why did he log out of the game? He wasn't feeling well. It happens sometimes. You had information for him on some issues concerning the Orange folk. Is that correct? I don't think I trust this guy. Let's ask him about the orange folk. Before we get to that, can you tell me anything about the Orange Dream farmers? What is there to say? They're farmers from a public farm. I was informed they're the reason you're in harvest time. Stanley is one of them. He mentioned they have a problem. I'm a bit surprised they didn't ask for my help. Well, they're kids playing on freemiums to pass the time, just for the hell of it. They've no ambition to own a farm. Ask whether they're children. Are the orange folk really children? Didn't know that? Yeah, they're kids. Oh, geez, that... wow. Huh. That's why I can't figure out why they would hire a Gamedec. Why do you think I'm a Gamedec? What makes you think I'm a Gamedec? Word travels fast. It's quite extraordinary having a Gamedec in High Rock. People get, excited. They're curious why the orange folk hired you. Hell, I'm curious myself, but I respect that your investigation might require secrecy. On the other hand, I could help you. I know everyone here, you see. Who told him? Who did you get this information from? Let's say someone noticed a new guy hanging around the public farm, asking questions. They texted me, I launched a game, and here we are. Now that there's a Gamedec in my town, I'd love to offer him a job, if he's interested, that is. Sure, why not? Can you tell me a bit more? Listen, I have a feeling our goals overlap. High Rock has a problem with a certain player, the Outlaw. I've been informed that they might be involved in prohibited activities. I reported it to the admins, but the Outlaw keeps coming back with new accounts. I need solid proof to ban them from this world for good. I know you're running an investigation. I think it's connected to the Outlaw. Could you share your observations? We could work together. Again, I don't think I trust this guy yet, so I'm going to give him false information. Fine. I won't go into details, but I can share some of my observations with you. I didn't want to tell him the truth, but I had to tread lightly with the lies so he wouldn't get wise to them. I was called here to investigate a case involving crop circles. Crop circles started appearing on farms recently. The players are worried. And you've been asking pumpkin farmers about it? You're pulling my leg, friend. He didn't buy it. It's a shame you're not being straight with me. I was hoping to hire you. You stand to make some money, because my problem's perfect for a Gamedec. I guess it's my only option now. I didn't want to tell you the real reason, but it seems I'm no good at lying. I'll tell you the truth this time. I was hired by the farmers from Orange Dream. They have a problem with gameplay stability. They keep getting disconnected. It's too early to draw any conclusions, Sheriff. It's still an active case. Do you think there could be someone behind all this? Some player? I kind of think so. It's possible, Sheriff. I'm almost certain that the Outlaw is responsible for the orange folks' problems. I've suspected for a while that the Outlaw is a dealer that sells illegal boosts in harvest time. Oh, maybe it was that guy that I disconnected? It's possible that they also deal drugs or something even worse. I've had many complaints about that bastard. If you agree to work with me, I'll tell you my plan to catch the Outlaw. You play a central role to it. Sure, why not? I'll help. You convinced me, Sheriff. I'll work for you. He offered what I usually charged for searching for someone in Virtualia. I nodded, then realized he hadn't told me what the job actually was. We shook hands. You never signed contracts in my line of work. Alright, let's cut to the chase. First of all, I need you to confirm the Outlaw's location. When you do that, find out whether they work alone or have accomplices. Then we'll meet and draw up a detailed plan. Let's ask about the Outlaw. What do we know about this Outlaw? I'm sure this player uses many different accounts and characters. Recently, they've been known as the Outlaw. They were in some shady business with Black Rook, a known hacker and fraud who had been permabanned from the game. Rook did a lot of nasty stuff. He once hacked our banker, Mr. Adams, and gave him an insulting name. The next update should finally fix it. Okay. That's all for now. I'll get to work. Wait for me in the saloon after you've found all the answers. I'll be there at nightfall and we'll think up a plan. Oh, hold on. Let me give you the welcome package. Welcome to Harvest Time. Please accept this humble gift. Yeehaw! You've received 3 mystery gifts. I can't wait to open them for you. Come to the ranch. You've received a gift of 500 coins. You can use it to buy wonderful items, for example, from me. Let's meet up. Ugh. This lady gets on my nerves. Can I turn off these notifications? I know what you mean, but you'll get used to her. Sadly, you can't turn the sweetheart off. It's time for me to go. I have things to do in Relium. Still had an obligation towards Stanley. I had to understand the orange folks' problem. I wish you good luck. He extended his hand towards me. See you later, Sheriff. We'll meet at nightfall, Gamedec. Sheriff Billy tapped the brim of his hat and left the game. One of the women upstairs beckoned me and pointed at the stairs that ran along the saloon's outer wall. My name is Leanne. We can help each other. Let's meet behind the saloon. That woman, Leanne, must have been listening in our conversation. She wanted to meet me outside the saloon. Alrighty, let's do that. That's a horse.
The weather's perfect, just like every other day.
The woman looked noble and serious, though she kept looking around as though she were afraid of something. When she noticed me, her face took an imperious look. You're a Gamedec, aren't you? Yep. Yes, I'm working on a certain case here. I accidentally overheard your conversation with the sheriff, and I think that I might have a simple but lucrative job for you. I'd like you to provide me with intel about the sheriff. Who he is, what he does, how many zeros he has in his bank account, and so on. Anything you can tell me about his life in Relium would be useful. Can I count on your help? Why? Why do you need this information? I'm considering entering into a financial arrangement with this person. I'd like to make sure he's solvent and trustworthy, that's all. Alright, I'll vet him. Wonderful. Once you acquire this information, please come to the guild house. I'll be waiting for you there. Tell Rusty Ed that you work for me, and he'll invite you to the guild. I suddenly felt the air move, as if someone had walked right past me. But nobody was there. There's something sparkling over there. I resumed the conversation with Leanne. Terribly sorry, I got a bit distracted for a moment. Yes, I noticed. Well, I think that'll be all, unless you have more questions. What do you know about the sheriff? Do you know anything about the sheriff? I heard that he's very respected here. Everyone speaks very highly of him. What's your opinion? I don't trust him. My instincts tell me not to trust him. Right. I felt so myself. I'm glad I met you. Can you tell me something about yourself? I sense that you're a strong and interesting person. I'm sure I'm not wrong. Oh, stop it. I'm not that interesting. I'm just a regular Harvest Time player. Well, alright, I am a big fan. It's been a while since I last played. I was pretty busy in Relium. I finally managed to come back. But to be honest, I'm here on business. What do you do in Harvest Time? What haven't I been doing? I used to run a prosperous farm. I was on top of the leaderboards. Now I'm mostly here for the people. This community is one of a kind. Sadly, you can't trust everyone, which is why I asked you for help.
What a lovely day.
Okay. Bye. Alrighty. Gain access to the guild house. Oops. Well, I guess we will do the job for sure. Identify what's responsible. Decide who the outlaw is through deduction. Decide who the sheriff is through deduction. And decide who Leanne is through deduction. Find the outlaw on High Rock and find out who works with the outlaw. Who or... Okay, no. Oop.
Yeehaw! Is that my favorite rancher?
Yep, it's my favorite rancher, alright. Who's... Oh yeah, Poppy's the guy at the beginning. Ask about new players. You show me the list of new players? Your ambition shames me, cowboy. Dozens of players enter every day. I could start listing their nicks, but that'd take Alright, I get it. Narrow it down to premium players who started playing in the last 4 days. Now you're talking. Narrowing down, and voila, here's our results. 2 players, Tom and Outlaw. I dare say the former is you. You think? Alrighty.
What a lovely day.
Is it now? I don't want to leave yet. Busted ATM.
I'm out of fucking order.
The banker, wow. The banker turned out to be a hacked bot. His name had been altered and he had a dumb look on his face and it was crawling with flies. Ew. Tom, he wasn't paying any attention to me. Let's check him. The bot had been hacked well. Any attempts to access its code would require a lot of work and was unlikely to go unnoticed. Alright, let's move on. Millimo.
Pretzel, my precious. Want some more, hey?
Pretzel, my precious. Want some more? Oh, she already said that. Morning. Can I ask? Can't you see him talking to Pretzel? That's one beautiful horse. Look at that lean profile. That swan-like neck. Those ears pointing perfectly forward. You know your horses. I'd be happy to continue this conversation once I'm done talking to him. Alrighty. Tombstone. My eye was caught by the reflection on the tombstone. It wasn't smooth enough to reflect anything clearly. I looked at the gravedigger's tools and wondered what holographic epitaph I'd have liked to see over my tombstone. I'd say lyric. Our life is a falling leaf, taken from its bough by the wind. We can do naught but turn the inevitable plummet into dance. That's good stuff. I have to carve it on one of my stones. Gravedigger. Howdy, stranger. I'm Hank, and I have the honor of being the gravedigger in this sunny establishment. I don't sell coffins, so don't ask. I'm new here. Mind if we talk? Oh, Lord, if you have questions about the game, talk to Handy Joe by the platform. If you're interested in other topics, we can chat. Can you tell me something about the residents of High Rock? No one dies, so I rarely get to speak to them. Besides, I don't like to gossip. I prefer to look at the sky. It's so beautiful. And it's just... You stand here for days on end. You must see other things others miss, like players who aren't here just to play the game. Just a minute ago, my old friend was pestering me for some stuff and got nothing. I haven't seen her in-game for months, and now she shows up as Leanne, I think it was Leanne, and just starts convincing me to... Oh, never mind. No. You know what? I interview a lot of people on camera. I've noticed they don't do well with secrets. A secret eats away at you from the inside like a worm. It's best to get it out. Makes you feel better. Finish your story. She was looking for whales, ones with real money. She wanted to find someone to bankroll her business in Rillium. She was asking about cheap bank loans, but I'm not Electrobank staff. I'm not Electrobank staff in here. I'm a gravedigger. I won't talk about work. I'm on leave. All right. To be honest, she looked desperate. You're a gravedigger, not a farmer. How did you get that role in the game? My farm is frozen right now. I need to work on a town profession for a year to unlock the town resident achievement. The gravedigger gig happened to be available. The work is peaceful, it's basically world building, and nobody dies since they removed PvP. When it gets boring, I pop out to Rillium to buy baby stuff. I can even sleep in game, but my folks grumble about it. Runny nose, you know. This town resident achievement takes some dedication. You have to be in Harvest Time for that long? For a year? If I'm not in game, players can report my absence. Then the scripts check it and decide if I can continue in this role. Last month, my activity dropped a little because of the divorce. I was moving in with my folks. I got reported and lost a role. Sheriff Billy vouched for me. He's the reason I kept my progress. He's one great man, believe me. I have my doubts. I've heard so many kind words spoken about this gentleman in town. It makes me suspicious. It's intuition, you see. A feeling that behind the facade there's a monster. That's the lot of good citizens. It's hard to believe they could simply be decent. Folks are always looking for ulterior motives. It's sad. I suddenly felt a strange presence a few steps away from me. I noticed a movement out of the corner of my eye. The air was shimmering the way it does on hot days. It looked like a shadow generated by the game's engine. A shadow of a human. It could have been a bug or an invisible player. As a game deck, I couldn't ignore these kinds of phenomena. I resumed the conversation with the gravedigger. Sorry, Hank, I saw something. You did look like you'd just seen a ghost. Ha! That's Coe's in Relium. What do you do in the real world? In Relium. I work for Electrobank. I mean, I'm living with my parents now. I'm on their old couch as we speak. I'm pregnant, so I'm on leave. Oh. Congratulations on the pregnancy, Hank. I didn't realize you had a uterus. Wow. Well, I am a man, and I don't have a uterus. I mean, Cynthia. Okay. Cynthia, my beloved, doesn't consider me manly enough, which is why we got a divorce. I gave her the apartment, and she transferred the pregnancy to me? What the fuck? Yeah, please, explanation. But how? Can you explain? Your wife transferred the pregnancy to you? You don't have a uterus, but you're with child? Where? Man, dinosaurs walk among us. I'm not organically pregnant. My boy's an exuter, an external uterus, at the White Cloud Clinic. Oh, okay. He feels my actual movements, hears me like he would in a real uterus. He can sense light if I'm in the sun. It recently got an upgrade. Now my little bud can feel virtual movements in sensory worlds. He sees light, hears sounds, all of it. So I'm lounging in harvest time, enjoying nature and the fresh air. It's good for the baby. That was a little more information than I think I wanted right now. That was odd. Whale.
What a fucking ripoff. I spent so much money on this shit.
I don't want to play darts. Horse. This horse was chewing despite having nothing in its mouth. Curious. I read online that's a sign of stress. Yet the beast was standing still and paid me no mind. Suddenly a piece of paper jumped out at me, and as soon as I read it, it vanished, as if it never had been there in the first place. It was an encyclopedic entry on local steeds. Alrighty then. Cow. Benbow.
So much work.
The cowboy snapped his fingers against the brim of his hat. Howdy. Plenty of work. Plenty of bundles to stack. I'm taking a breather right now, and it's back to work. What do you do here? What is it that you do for work? I stack bundles at a designated spot. I'm going to stack them into a pyramid. I want to get the Great Pyramid of Bundles achievement. No one's got it yet. It's supposed to be impossible. I have to see for myself. Alright, gotta get back to work. If you want to talk, wait until I finish stacking this hay. I'll come back here for a bit of a breather then.
Hey, you want to join the gang for the Pumpkin King raid?
No, thank you. One more question. We have this saying in the journalism business. Just one more question. How about it, Ben? Fine, one more, but make it quick. Can you help me with something? I'm gathering information on certain residents in High Rock. Sure can. I don't know many people, but you hear all kinds of rumors. You know how it is. So who you're interested in? I felt this strange presence that had haunted me before. I knew I had to investigate it. There were two tools I could use. Intermirror could pierce through the cloak, while Pain Ping launched a painful jamming impulse. Intermirror. I opened my deck, launched Intermirror, and turned it towards the supposed presence. I recognized a human silhouette without a material avatar. The structure of the cloaking code seemed familiar, but I couldn't say why. After a while, the shape disappeared. I knew that if I caught this ghost, I'd be able to examine it more closely, maybe even talk to it. Sorry, I got distracted. Where were we? You asked me to help you with the investigation, and I was thinking about it. I have to say, it's quite exciting. Mind, though, if anyone asks, you didn't hear it from me. Just a passing wind whispered something in your ear.
I need to log out, but there is so much to do.
Yeah, I know, right? Let's ask about the sheriff. What do you know about the sheriff? I'll tell you what everyone knows. No player is faster than Billy. He's been sheriff for this long because no one can beat him in a duel. And you'll ask, does he use cheats to win? I have no idea. But it doesn't matter because he's a good sheriff. The best we've ever had. Time to stack another bundle.
Sunset Duels, the best part of the game.
You should rest more, Ben. Carrying all those bundles around could strain your spine. Seriously? In a game? But you're right. I do feel sore sometimes when I get up from the couch. Rest it is then. How about the outlaw? What do you know about the outlaw? Unfortunately, nothing. It's some new player. Showed up a few days ago and got to a high level in no time. Is he alone or running with a group? Don't know. Don't care. Doesn't affect my game and I get to keep stacking my bundles. In peace, that is. Well, break's over. Okay, won't bother you, Ben. Have a nice day. Howdy. Let's see.
Hey, you wanna join the gang for the Pumpkin King raid?
No, I really don't. That's the guild house. I don't want to go in there quite yet. Yeah, okay. Pen. They kept mooing. Did they want me to milk them? Whose cows were these anyway? They looked unclaimed, but this game had no stray animals. Their tails swung at the same pace. That was a glitch? Or was that a glitch? If I wasn't in a game, I'd say that someone gave these animals a scare. But who? Just as I expected, my invisible stalker reappeared. I had 2 more apps I could use to examine this activity, but both were illegal. Yeah, screw it. I could trace the player by performing either a safety scan or by putting on Gamedec goggles. The scan was more reliable, but I risked drawing admin attention. The goggles were safer, but their range was limited to my field of view. Let's try the goggles. Use the programs that inform you about the ghost's localization, catch it, and force it into a duel. Oh, geez. The goggles pointed me towards the ghost, but I only had a short while to find it. I had to hurry. Let's go. Oh, hello. I had the enemy in the bag. I just had to restrain them. Well, guys, I think I'm going to end this episode here. We've done quite a few little missions and quests around here. It's been pretty fun. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Really helps me out. And I will see you guys in the next one. See ya.